Live from WTVO 17 and your home team, Eyewitness News at 5 starts now.
Restaurants have been some of the hardest hit businesses by COVID-19 restrictions. With fall coming, that could get worse when it gets too cold to dine outside. We look at how some restaurants are adapting.
Students at a State Line Elementary School are forced to drop their pencils and grab their devices as they switch to remote learning. Administrators say doors should open back up soon.
Add this to your online shopping list. A decades-old Rockford event showcases different forms of art to help creators still make money during the pandemic.
Good evening, I'm Mimi Murphy.
And I'm Eric Wilson. For the second time this week, new cases of COVID-19 topped 2,000 in Illinois.
The state also reported 20 new deaths, one of them a baby in DeKalb County. 2,120 new cases of COVID-19 were reported in the last 24 hours, bringing the state's total up to more than 270,000 cases. Over 8,000 people have died from the virus in Illinois. Illinois' 7-day positivity rate stayed the same, sitting at 3.6%. Another State Line county reaches warning level for the COVID-19 virus. This is the second time Joe Daviess County has made it onto the list. It joins 24 other counties. The state reports the county's positivity rate is at 8.2%. That's above the 8% warning threshold. If the numbers don't drop, residents could see more restrictions put in place.
Region 7 in Illinois moves to Phase 4 of the Restore Illinois plan. That region's made up of Will and Kankakee counties. We first told you this was a possibility earlier this week. The move means those counties will see more relaxed coronavirus restrictions at bars and restaurants. That change went into effect this afternoon. Region 7 was moved back to Phase 3 at the end of August. The rolling positivity rate there topped 8%. It's now around 7.5%.
Restaurants relying on outdoor dining are preparing for colder weather as the seasons change.
Dylan Srocky spoke with a few Forest City restaurant owners who say they're going to do their best to accommodate guests to make sure everyone stays safe and warm.
Some local restaurant owners are worried dropping temperatures could impact their businesses. They're trying to do what they can to make outdoor dining a viable option, even during the winter months.
Most customers are still more comfortable sitting outside, which is why we're a little nervous that weather has turned.
With winter just around the corner, State Line restaurants are getting creative to accommodate customers who aren't ready to dine inside.
Outside dining is how we were able to stay afloat during the whole thing because, without being able to seat full volume in the restaurant, this is how we made up that volume. And so without it, we're all a little worried about how we're going to be able to go forward in the fall.
At the Norwegian, this patio opened for the first time in June. Owner Emily Hurd says she plans to make a few changes in hopes of keeping it open year-round.
What we're doing here is installing some heat lamps. We're going to be offering customers blankets. We're encouraging them to wear blankets. We thought we'd kind of set up an outdoor little hot chocolate and cider.
At Magpie in downtown Rockford, outdoor canopies will be outfitted with decorations designed to act as windscreens and heaters.
I think we're in the same boat as every other restaurant owner out there. There's no way that you can make an outdoor tent as warm as inside. But at the same time, that's exactly what we're not supposed to be doing, is shutting windows and doors and coming inside.
Magpie owner Stephanie Caltagirone says she's hoping for a mild fall and winter and will do whatever it takes to keep customers warm.
Whether that's blue vine and chili or more heaters, we're just trying to hang in there as best we can.
Owners say making upgrades to outdoor seating areas could also help in case dining rooms are forced to close once again. In Rockford, for your home team, I'm Dylan Srocky.
A State Line school is forced to switch to remote learning after several positive cases of COVID-19. Olson Park Elementary informed families today of the change. Students will learn from home for the next 2 weeks. The decision was made after 3 people tested positive at the McChesney Park School. Administrators say they will follow the health department's guidance if additional close contacts to the positive cases are identified. The 3 infected individuals are reportedly okay and are quarantining at home.
The father of 5-year-old AJ Freund will spend 30 years behind bars. Andrew Freund was sentenced today after a plea deal with prosecutors. In July, Freund's mom, Joanne Cunningham, was sentenced to 35 years in prison. AJ was first reported missing by his parents in April 2019. The couple later led police to a child's body in a shallow grave. An autopsy revealed the boy had been beaten and died from blunt force trauma.
There's only 12 days left to make sure you're counted for the 2020 census. Governor AJ Freund made a stop in Rock Island to talk about the importance of the census. He says the count will help shape the next decade for the state. The census is held every 10 years. It helps determine everything from congressional representation to federal funding for schools, hospitals, and roads.
The higher the count, the more of your federal tax dollars come back to Illinois instead of going to other states. And the more representatives we get in Congress to represent us in this state. Just a 1% undercount could result in this state losing hundreds of millions of dollars in federal funds.
You can respond to the census online, by phone, or through the mail.
The Winnebago County Clerk wants to clear up any confusion from a letter that many residents received in the mail. The county clerk says you should only register for a vote-by-mail ballot once. Hundreds of residents have been calling into the county clerk confused after getting a letter from the Illinois Secretary of State. It instructs residents to register to vote by mail. If you've already received confirmation from a vote by mail ballot, you don't need to apply again. We'll have a link that allows you to check your status on our website, mystateline.com.
Local artists showcase their 2020 fashion work online. For the past 70 years, the Greenwich Village Art Fairs showcased paintings, sculptures, jewelry, and other things made by local and national artists. This weekend, that artwork will be on display virtually. Those hosting the event say it was important to not cancel the fair completely.
It was just one of those things that artists for this whole summer all of their shows have been canceled. They haven't been able to show their artwork. So it was really important for us to create that platform where people could still engage with the artists, still go online and see the artist's artwork there and purchase it.
Find a link to the art fair this weekend in this story at mystateline.com.
Another film is hitting the big screen at Belvedere's Drive-In Movie Night. Tonight's showing is Frozen 2. Gates at Sunstrand Park open at 6:45. 150 spaces are available. It's $15 per car. The movie will start at 8. If you can't make it tonight, don't worry. The Belvedere Park District will be showing movies every Friday through November 6th. Golfers take to the links in Rockford to raise money for a good cause. Winnebago County CASA held its third annual Oktoberfest golf outing this afternoon at Forest Hills Country Club. About 50 golfers took part. Money raised will benefit kids who've been abused or neglected in their homes by a parent or caretaker. Right now, about 1,300 kids are going through the court system. CASA's helping about 350, but wants to do more.
Without the people who come to these fundraisers, without the volunteers that come to help, we would have nothing, and that's what it's all about. We need the community to come together for our kids, because we certainly have a long way to go and a lot more children to help.
Winnebago County CASA is always looking for staff and volunteers. For more on how you can help, find this story on mystateline.com.
Democrats, Republicans, and the White House still don't completely agree on getting the American public more stimulus and reaching a deal on the next COVID relief package.
We found out where things stand for more relief as talks between all parties are stalled. Morgan Wright is keeping you connected to the nation's capital.
It's an economic catastrophe.
Rhode Island Congressman David Cicilline says the federal government must act to help Americans hit hard by the pandemic. Cicilline says Democrats stand ready to compromise, but Republicans need to play ball.
Republicans originally proposed 1. We think that requires 3.3, but we said we'll meet you halfway.
That's left negotiations between the White House and Democrats in Congress at a standstill.
We all want to get something done.
We don't negotiate with ourselves. We negotiate with the other side on this.
A sticking point in moving the package forward continues to be providing additional aid to state and local governments.
They have contempt for science and disdain for state and local government.
But House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy blames House Speaker Nancy Pelosi for the impasse.
The common denominator here in every COVID relief package we have done, Speaker Pelosi has either slowed or delayed the action.
McCarthy says Speaker Pelosi isn't focused on helping Americans.
I think, knowing her well, she cares more about politics than she does about the people, and that's unfortunate.
I think the Speaker has been very, very clear that we as a caucus are prepared to compromise and negotiate, but it has to be a package that is more than just checking the box, but that provides real relief and meets the urgent moment that we're in.
House Democrats still see their HEROES Act as a path forward. Reporting in Washington, I'm Morgan Wright.
Now, your first warm weather forecast with meteorologist Joey Marino.
Good evening, everybody. A pleasantly cool day across the state line today. Felt more fall-like and October-like out there as we take a live look at our Mercy Health SkyTrack camera over beautiful downtown Rockford. Still got the sunshine out there. Also just a few passing clouds. High pressure kept us pretty quiet throughout the day today. You can see temperatures are now falling into the 50s out west and northwest of Rockford, but 63 here in Rockford, 63 also up in Janesville, 59 in Freeport, 58 up in Monroe, and 63 degrees down in Sterling. You can see just those few passing clouds on satellite and radar. There's an area of high pressure just to our north, and it did keep us pretty dry throughout the day today. In fact, if you're going out this evening, just make sure to grab a light jacket because temperatures are going to quickly fall into the 40s. High pressure's in control for tonight and tomorrow morning. There'll be a mix of clouds and sunshine as we head into this evening. So let's take a look at Futurecast. You can see as we go into tonight and tomorrow morning, we're going to stay mostly clear, a very dry atmosphere for tonight. And so with that and low humidity, calm winds at the surface, definitely could see temperatures fall into the low 40s by tomorrow morning, and even a few spots fall into the upper 30s. And it's those spots that we have to watch out for the potential for patchy frost, including out in Freeport, down in Rochelle, maybe even up in Beloit. Not specifically the Rockford area, but those areas that drop down into the upper 30s have the better potential for some patchy frost. Now, as we wake up tomorrow morning, temperatures are going to be in the low 40s for most, but we're starting off with plenty of sunshine thanks to that area of high pressure. That's going to be to the northeast of us. Winds are still going to be out of the east-northeast. So we're looking at another chilly day tomorrow, temperatures in the upper 60s. By the time we get into Sunday, that's when we see warmer temperatures here in the state line, getting to the 70-degree mark and even warming up even further as we head into the first day of fall, which is on Tuesday. So as we take a look at the forecast heading into the next 7 days, we are going to see temperatures climb into the low 70s as we head into Sunday and Monday. You can see the first day of fall being on Tuesday, and our normal high for the first day of fall is 73 degrees. We got a high of 78 degrees. Once we get towards the midweek and also going into the second half of the work week next week, that's when we see temperatures go even further, getting a few more 80-degree days as we head into the start of fall. So just have to get through a couple of more days with temperatures in the 60s before we start to see those temperatures on the climb. No rain chances in the upcoming 7 days, just watching maybe for a shower or two as we head into Wednesday. But that's about it, looking pretty dry as we head into the start of next week. Mimi and Eric.
Now, the Napleton Sports Desk with Sports Director Scott Lever.
The Bears thought they'd be able to hang their hat on their defense this season. The defense didn't exactly shine the last week against the Lions. The Bears surrendered 426 yards of offense to Detroit, and they came within a DeAndre Swift drop of letting the Lions march the ball on them for a game-winning touchdown. It doesn't help that Khalil Mack is bothered by a knee injury, and Robert Quinn hasn't played yet because of a bad ankle. Both players are listed as questionable for Sunday's game against the Giants. Mack, though, says he expects to play, and he's looking forward to teaming up with Quinn.
I'm looking forward to it, man. I know he's a special player, special talent. Not only that, man, he's a great guy, and I know it's going to be fun, man, whenever he gets out there. I'm going to be waiting on him.
I'm definitely excited to see what I can bring, see what we can bring as a tandem, and not just us. We got a great group of guys.
While the Bears and Giants go at it Sunday, the Packers are set to host the Lions. You can see that game on Fox 39 at noon. The White Sox open up a series in Cincinnati this evening. They have a playoff berth in their back pocket, but they want more.
His hard work is paying off, and we kind of head in the right direction, the direction we want to be in. We want the bigger goal. These are just steps along the way, and we did this. Now it's on to the next. What else can we do?
The Cubs and Twins open up a 3-game series at Wrigley Field. The Cubs will be going after their 5th straight win. They have Kyle Hendricks slated to pitch. Well, Giannis has done it again. He is the NBA's MVP. He's only the 11th player in NBA history to win the award in back-to-back seasons. He won big over LeBron James and James Harden. Giannis led the Bucks to the best regular season record in the league. He not only averaged 29.5 points and almost 14 rebounds a game, he also was named the NBA's Defensive Player of the Year. The Stanley Cup Finals are set, and 2 former Ice Hogs have a shot at getting their name etched on the cup. Stephen Johns plays for the Dallas Stars. He's with the Hogs from 2013 through 2015. And Jan Rutta suits up for the Tampa Bay Lightning. He played with the Ice Hogs during the 2018-19 season. Game 1 of the Cup Finals will be played tomorrow night in Edmonton. That's sports. We'll be right back.
And here's a look at our First Warn Interactive Radar, sponsored by Rockford Auto Glass and more. You can just see how quiet it is as we head into this evening. Pretty quiet conditions overall today. We're looking at a pretty quiet weekend as well. We're looking at temperatures slowly rising into the 70s by the end of the weekend. Still holding on to that sunshine. You can see as we head towards the first day of fall, which is going to be on Tuesday. Still temperatures above average. We get back into the 80s as we head into Wednesday and Thursday. So for those that love the summer life warmth, we got a couple of days in the 80s before another cold front comes in by the end of next week and cools us down back into the 70s for Friday. Eric and Nini?
At least there's still a couple 80s up there. Thanks, Joey.
And the sunshine looks great. Thanks for spending some time with us. Stay safe.